I said, okay, seriously then, what do you think I should do? This is when my life changed, literally. He says, I think you should be a broadcaster. I went, like on television? He says, no, you're too ugly for television. He could say that because we weren't politically correct, and he was right. He said, you could be great in radio. Radio. I never, ever thought of that. How do I do that? He goes, you go to school. Where do I go to school for that? Well, there's two in the country that I've looked into that are the best in Canada. One's in Toronto called Ryerson. The other's a place called Mount Royal College in Calgary, Alberta. He says, I think you should think about getting into Mount Royal in Calgary. He says, I said, that's like 10 hours away. He goes, I know. Can you handle it? Now, I want your audience to picture this, please. In 1977, I couldn't go to the bathroom without help, but I literally needed help with my pants. But the reality was I needed help going to the bathroom. And I was going to leave Yorkton to go to Calgary. No, the dreamy side of me went, cool. The reality part of my brain went, how am I going to do this? But that's exactly what I did, Jeff. 78, I moved to Calgary, moved to Glenmorgan, moved to go to school at Mount Royal where there was no dorms, a room and board with two other guys. And here's a great example. And again, this is going to sound skewed, but I don't want it to be anything but real. I'd never met a black person except George Reed, who played football for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And one of my roommates was from Nigeria. Talk about a reality check. But he was also on his way to becoming a medical student. So his helping me with my clothing was no problem. But we became close friends. And I kept shaking my head going, how did I end up becoming friends with someone with black skin? Well, because I wasn't looking at the black skin. And he wasn't looking at the fact that I had no arms, because that's what the kind of people we were.